Yo, what's good, gang? What's good, Scar? It's your boy, the preach like a king. You know, the preach like a king alive. I'm with my boys, my boy Ant.
Yo, what it do, baby?
And my boy
My name is Kaon.
aka SSB.
What about?
My fault, y'all. Make this straight. Here we go. And today we here to talk about the struggles of being a black man in America. And make sure y'all click the link. Y'all click the link in the bio for their Instagram so y'all can follow them. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the video. Go share with your mother, your father, your uncle. Go share with everybody. Feel me? We gonna hit. No, it's a sensitive topic, but it must be talked about. Feel me? We gonna get right. Get right into it. All right. First, I want to start off with a quote Joey Badass said. He said, "It's clear that we live in hell of a black male. Right out the womb we come out. It's a bunch of black male just waiting for you to fail. It's a special room in the jail with a number in your name, so you property now." And I want to say, like, the odds are always held against us. The odds are held against us since we are exit out our mother's wombs. The criminal justice system is institutionalized for the black man to be cast away from society. The public education system isn't fair for us to educate us at all. We are built in a society that's meant for us to fail and not reach our full potential. They rather see us in jail or dead than free on the top of a mountain of prosperity. We live in a society where, like, we don't get a pass for anything we do, despite our social status or accolades. And we still seem in their eyes we still see as like thugs and criminals. That's what I got to say. Any Ulash, any comments?
Did you go on next, bro? Because I feel like you got a lot to say.
I'm not gonna lie, I do got a lot to say, cause like this has been something I've been conscious about from me since as long as I can remember. Um, like from like you start off a quote from me, so I'm gonna start off with a quote myself, by James Baldwin. To be Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all the time. For y'all who don't know, feel me, James Baldwin, he was like an author and an activist, you know,
Poet.
in like 1940s, 1950s. That was an extremely powerful man in terms of how he spoke, in terms of the message that he sent, and the fact that he made a quote, feel me, that's still relative to this day, that when I read this in my class, I felt it in my soul because I've been so fucking angry about all the bullshit that's been going on in the country since feel me, I was introduced to it, it's like I said, feel me, like I've been conscious about this since I was like, probably like since I was like in the fourth, fifth grade, feel me, like it started like around time like when I really first started coming outside, cause I went to a Catholic school, you know, growing up, so in that Catholic school, like it was away from her, like it was on the borderline of Long Island and Queens. It was in Belrose, feel me? I was one of the only black kids in my grade, feel me, in my school as a whole, and I found myself, you know, like I found myself. Antony in school was not Antony, feel me, that came back to Springfield, and I became so conscious of that, like to the point that it's like, you know, caused like some type of internal conflict within myself. That, you know, it led to a few conversations with like, you know, black role models that I had coming up. It's like I really like that's like when like everything just became like a little more intense. Like that's when I started, you know, like just watching everything. And it's like we struggling as a whole, feeling like that identity issue, like, cause that shit doesn't just relate to, you know, being at an elementary school. That shit could relate to, you know, you go to a prep school. Now you a kid from the hood, you can't act like the kid from the hood. Feel me? You can't,
That's
even
true.
if it's not like, you know, detrimental. Like, you can't act like the kid in the hood because they're gonna look at you differently. Because they got a misconception of what black culture is, of how they think black people gonna behave, and as soon as you walk in the classroom, you're the only black person, they're gonna judge you. They're gonna think from me that you some gangbanging nigga, from me that you uneducated. Like, they won't expect you to be the smartest person. And in my lifetime, I've been the smartest person in a lot of rooms, but I was never perceived to be the smartest as soon as I walked in. It was off of conversations, feel me? It was off of the way I carry myself. It was off of it was off of my intellect. Me showing my own intellect from that they realized that damn, I'm actually, I'm actually an intellectual type of person. Even the job field, medical field, law field, policing field, engineering field. Feel me? Like they not like they not gonna know you for who you've grown up being because you're black, and that's a struggle. Like it's an internal struggle. Like you always gonna be forced to have two different identities depending on where you are,
That's true.
and it's sad. Feel me?
It's,
And it's like so I don't know, like, feel me, how many y'all like see y'all seen Snowfall?
yeah, I seen it.
You ain't
Okay.
seen it? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta like watch that like
Sure.
ASAP.
Yeah,
ASAP.
that's
It's like one of the
crazy.
best shows on TV right now. Feel me? But I think it was in season 3. Feel me? The police officer that lived next door to Franklin, Melody's pops. Feel me? Andre. He was following Franklin at some point, and he's black. Feel me? Like this is this is Los Angeles from the LAPD. Like they racist piece of shit or whatever. But they was following him while he was following the main character Franklin. He's a cop. They pulled him over though. Feel me? And like he was like, oh, like trying to laugh with them, joke them. It's like, nah, relax. I'm a cop. But then they still, they still handle him so aggressively because in their eyes, you're not a cop. You a nigga.
Yeah.
You're just another nigga. It's like, feel me? I gotta look at the lyrics. Feel me?
Why you do that? Why you do that? To tap on what you said. It's like when I went. It's like when I went to high school. I went to a Catholic high school with all white boys.
Yeah.
That shit was way different. Like I couldn't be like Baron from the hood versus being. I couldn't be Baron. Switch it up because I'm a whole different environment. It's like I went to middle school with middle detectives. They could take off your belt and everything. Everybody joking around, ha ha ha. You with your friend, you cool. But
Yeah.
I went to a whole private school, Catholic school. You walk straight in. The freaking lunches are incredible. You got the freaking white boys. Try to like give you a jab and see if you gonna give you a react. I know
That shit is
a lot of
so
people
funny
always
to me.
yeah, everybody like in schools like that. A lot of white guys test you
Yeah.
to see if you're gonna how you gonna react. If you give them the reaction, if you give them the reaction that they want, then you be like, oh, she just said that nigga that's gonna give you the type of energy like,
Yeah,
oh,
like
what you
just
say?
you falling into stereotype,
Yeah,
like
sister,
like
falling
they already, you
stereotype.
feel me, like they've already been trying to say, oh, like we're violent like animals, like
Yeah.
off it, feel me?
And it's like when you
No
like
matter how much we provoked.
it's like and when you experience racism like in schools like that, you gotta hold it back because if you react to it, you're gonna let them win,
Yeah.
and after that you're gonna let them win. After that
Feel me? I at some point like I stopped holding it back. Though I'm not gonna lie.
me too.
Yeah, that's why I got kicked out that school. Like it was worth it though. Feel me?
I'm like I remember
Wasn't dealing with that shit no more. It was too long. But
Like-
what this
like
nigga
from-
Hov said, feel me? He said light nigga, dark nigga, folks nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, still nigga.
That
Like-
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
no
like
matter- yeah.
what he's speaking about, feel me? It's like, yo, like we can cut into like, all these different subcategories, but like in the eyes of the people that run this country, feel me,
Still
white
a nigga.
America, you that ass still a nigga.
Like I said, no matter
It's not light skin, dark skin. I ain't never hear no white person, feel me, say, oh yeah, that dark skin cat, feel me, like that light skin kid, like, that black kid. We all just black to them.
no matter. I don't care what you are.
You just black, feel me, like that's part of the identity issue, and I feel like another struggle that we have is the motivational struggle. Feel me? I was speaking to one of my mans about this too, like I think like 2 or 3 months ago. Feel me? Like it was pertaining to him like him smoking. Feel me? And like it led to like a conversation for me about like like where we going in life and all that shit, and like like that also went back to high school. Feel me? Like talk about post high school, like like he like how we knew already that, like he didn't want to go to college, and I told him like that falls into like the lack of motivation visually that that we seeing growing up in some communities. Feel me? It's like to go play ball for me, I gotta walk by a certain house, feel me, like every single time, and it's like walking by that house, like I already know who I'm gonna see, feel like the same older niggas that I've been seeing since I was 11, 12 years old. Now it's like, feel me, like I'm 16, 17, like that's not really motivated.
No.
Just on some like, oh, like the niggas like they stuck in the hood type shit, like nobody making out, feel me. It's like we as human beings, like we emulate and we adapt, feel me. Like those two, like they go hand in hand. So it's like you're not seeing anything that's motivating from you. You're not seeing nobody making money besides the ball players on TVs, the rappers on on the radio on TV, or like the drug dealers, the pimps type shit. Feel like that's gonna like distort somebody's like self image, like their motivation
Yeah.
to the point that they're gonna try to emulate that.
Yeah.
Like that's like a community struggle. Feel me? Like we gotta push more motivation back into we gotta have the lawyers, the doctors,
Yeah.
the engineers, the teachers. Feel me?
And seem like growing up, like that make us socialize. Like, or we could become as a ball player, rapper, or a drug
Exactly.
dealer. So we seen it, like seeing it on TV, seeing it in our neighborhoods. Like, that's all we could become because that's all we see. But
Exactly.
we could be more. We could be doctors, lawyer, the president. You see a lot of black excellence, but we maintain the mindset that we only could be ball players, rappers, or sell drugs. That's it.
Exactly, man. Like who said him? I think Malcolm X. For me, he said that the world's not ready for a black president. Feel me? Because he said it would have been like another black puppet. With that being said, feel me? Wait, was it Malcolm or was it Tupac? It was one of them. Feel me? I tend to get what they saying confused sometimes, but and then fast forward to to Obama. I feel like the way how feel me the presidential campaign, not the campaign, the political system is set up for him, like it wasn't really made for him to be able to help the hood as much as he would want. But at the same time, for me, him just being there, him having that platform, that should inspire a lot of people.
Yeah. Like J. Cole said, they gave him the shit, but he didn't tell him the shit was sinking.
Exactly, but we still know it was a black captain.
Yeah.
And that black captain, feel me, he inspired a lot of sailors who, wanted to be the captain of their own ships. And it's little things like that. Feeling like that's a man who inspired a nation. Like LeBron, he posted the other day, feeling most likely to inspire a generation. It was Obama.
Yeah.
Feel me? Why can't we have them type of people in the hood, like speaking directly to the kids?
Right.
We need that. They the next generation. They're gonna be taking over. They need that type of motivation.
They do.
It's like another struggle too. Well, I got like a lot of struggles from me like that. It's just like it's internalized.
Nah, you can go if you want to, bro. You can continue.
Feel me? We got all the temptations like that's just going around. Feel me? The weed, quick money, the girls.
Yeah.
For the young queens, feel me, like niggas, just like
The struggle also struggles like this lack of education about Black history too.
Yeah.
Like knowing like people, a lot of people don't know that the first president was black.
I've read about that, but I didn't really read too much into it.
Yeah, everybody the first president was black, but they didn't write that on the document. The first president was John Hanson, right?
No, first president was George Washington.
No, before him, bro.
I'm talking in America, as they got documented.
Documented, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, documented is George Washington, not documented the first president.
You said what's his name?
John Hanson.
John
Hanson was the first black president, but it wasn't documented that he was the first black president. Because of course, back then it wasn't really.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't really. I think you talking about the time when it wasn't really right in between the sign of the first Congress and when they won independence. It was a little blank period that they don't really talk about in history. They just deemed as
Also, it's a struggle is for us have PTSD, not be able to for PTSD for a black man is true. Like a black man like can't walk down the street without getting stopped by a cop,
Oh
afraid
yeah.
like afraid they gonna lose their life or
I
not.
actually want to talk about that
It's
too.
like it's like
It
from
was really in my mind that
yeah
like like while like feeling like while we driving over here, feeling like
yeah
we done could have got stopped by the police
police yeah.
for no reason
If you,
besides just being black.
like you
Feel
don't know
me?
if you're gonna if that can be your life or not.
You don't like
It's crazy how it's crazy how we gotta teach our kids at 5 years old. If you see a cop, don't say anything. Like why we gotta tell like kids like at 5 years old, 6 years old that type of things. Like kids not supposed to be worried about that. Worry about having a cop stop them at that 6, 6, 7, 8 years old, whether they could lose their life or not.
that's the real. That's
That's
like
the
the reality
reality
of
of
our
it.
world. Feel me? Our world.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
know my.
they say like we all got the same 24 hours. From like a black man, black woman's 24 hours. It's not the same. It's not the same as for me as a white man's 24 hours and a white woman's 24 hours. We are more danger. Like we more of a for me.
Yeah,
We more liable to get killed.
we are. And it's
Like
like
feel me there was a story for me I actually shared on my Facebook like this morning. Feel me, it was about a 26-year-old EMT, and I think it was in Louisville. Feel me, they raided a house, quote unquote. Feel me, like looking for a suspect that was already caught by the way. Feel me, and like they just let off shots and multiple shots. Like they said it was like 20 shots, and she died. And this is going back to March. Didn't receive any national coverage from like they raided the house. Did not knock, didn't do anything, like didn't announce that they was there, just started raiding it. And now she's gone.
it's like
Not much
like
we
another
can
thing.
talk about.
It's like another thing I shared like the other day that doesn't get noticed. Like some girl, she got accepted to all seven Ivy League colleges, bro.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, it's like
No
That's
motivation,
fire.
a black
motivation
girl,
like that,
yeah,
son.
a black young queen
Motivation
got
like
accepted to
that.
Howard, like Howard, all that Howard, all that Ivy League schools. Like that doesn't get noticed at all. 'Cause it's rarely you see a black queen get accepted to all seven with scholarships, bro. All seven with like, that's
That shit,
amazing.
that's beyond
That's
amazing.
beyond amazing. Like shit like that, they try to hide from us. Like they never want to see us. They never want to see us above and that pedestal. And that shit is crazy, bro.
It's like the uplifting aspect, feel me?
Mm.
Like we need that, like, cause to be honest, like if that was like happening to her, feel me? Like I would feel like yo, like that's
It's motivation.
yeah, like no, that's like one of the best things that can happen to somebody. That's
To
like
all
really
seven,
putting
like
you on like
you
a
made it,
path,
bro.
feel me?
You made it. Anything to say, King? I don't know. We haven't talked. It's been yeah.
I was like, yo, for me, I'm a bit more positive, guys. So get ready to smile a little bit. Um,
Reality
I
doesn't
want to
always bring
say,
positivity.
me personally, as a black man, I love being black. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Of course.
I feel like black people, for sure. First and foremost, I like to say my parents came from Jamaica and they were nowhere near rich, and this country gave them an opportunity that was not available to them in that country, and I'm forever grateful for that. But black people in general, you see, you got me animated. Black people in general, I feel like we definitely got the most swag out of every race.
That's like
And-
without a doubt.
No.
That's
right.
without a fucking doubt.
And I don't even think like there's a race that can even like honestly compete. To be honest, like whether it comes to streetwear, when we dress up to like anything. I I will say that I feel like the media sometimes kind of emphasizes the negatives going on within the black community. I will definitely say that. If you just turn on the news, an average person will see, and they will have negative comments about the African American race. I get that. That's why I would hope that many people don't just look at the media and they actually do their own research. But me personally, I know bad people of every race, and I wish that was emphasized on the news, that there's innocent white, Hispanics, Asians, black people being killed all over the world, but that doesn't always make the news. I feel like the media likes to push the narrative of black versus white, and there's bad people of every race, innocent people being killed of every race, and I feel like those stories don't make the news. Music, I feel like we Well, maybe I'm biased, but I feel like we definitely make quality music. We have a lot of people.
Since the 70s, bro. Since the 70s to
Right.
now.
We have a lot of people that are the face of music,
Honestly, since 20s, if you want to be
and they
honest,
go into
jazz.
different genres. I feel like
Jazz had it on
as
top.
far as music is concerned, we're one of the most versatile when it comes to that, because a lot of black artists translate well into other genres when they do collaborations and things like that. Entertainment, we're the funniest race by far.
Word.
We're by far the funniest race. Comedians are Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Kevin Hart,
Bernie Mac. That
oh,
guy's
original
wild.
kings of comedy. So we've been running the entertainment game, in my opinion, for a while. So that's another thing I love about black people. Yeah, definitely. I feel like being a black person, some people won't accept you for in some social circles, no matter what you do. And like Jay-Z said, that was a very prominent lyrics, because he's probably one of the, like, as far as a black person is concerned, like, that's where everybody wants to reach, is the level of Jay-Z. And even he still feels like he doesn't fit in necessarily. So I think that's a very important note to take. And I would have to admit that, in my opinion, I think we are making some sort of progress. When you take into account the fact that our grandparents couldn't go to a college in general, they couldn't even apply. Like as soon as the like as early as the 1950s and 60s, which when you really think about it, is not that not that long ago. We were Jim Crow was not that long ago, because again, these are things that our grandparents went through. So when you take that into account, the opportunities for African Americans are steadily increasing. We are showing up in more colleges. You know, we are getting more into politics, and we are moving up the ranks slowly but surely. I will admit, though, we have a substantial, long way to go. We do have a lot more progress to be made, but I think progress has been made. But again, we do have a lot of progress to be made. I can't stress that enough.
Before I get to the one positive, I want to say, with that, I remember I was listening to one of my guy's songs I listen to a lot. He was saying how in the song he said he had a white boy, he got stopped by the cops, and he was he had like a pound of weed on him. He had weed on him, like a pound of weed and stuff.
Yeah.
And after that, the cop stopped him. You know, he was smiling, cracking jokes with the cop. The cop let him go, let him go and stuff. He said we were saying if there was a black guy, like, it was one of us. He was like, oh, we know the car would have been searched. The car would have been searched. You would have been asking mad questions. You used to reach him like boy.
Right, and also black people, we have to work twice as hard to get half as far. We can have the same qualifications as a white person, and we still might not be accepted, you know, at the same rate as a white person would have been.
But other than that, I love being black because once like
No, without a doubt.
everybody, we all have a quick.
And yeah, definitely when it comes to sports, I think bar none, even throughout history, we are the best. When it comes to American football, basketball, we even have some great athletes in baseball, which is not even a black sport. We're starting to break into hockey a little bit.
Hockey's I know a black person invented hockey, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That was crazy too. A black person invented hockey. It was Jamaicans.
I'm not gonna lie, Jamaicans be talented.
Yeah, Jamaicans invented hockey.
There's no snow in Jamaica. That's crazy.
There's
no ice in Jamaica.
Boxing
They
too,
invented
fam.
that,
Like we
yeah.
got
Crazy.
probably like top 5 boxers of all time. Like they all black.
Even soccer, like there's not a sport where there's not like a major black person
fit.
in there. Yeah,
Even fucking golf, fucking Tiger Woods.
Woods,
Like,
word.
right.
We just great. We just excellent overall, man. No matter how much people put us down, we just great. No matter what shade you're, light skin, brown skin, whatever type of black, we kings and queens, and we do things that niggas really people can't do, and people just want to be like us.
I'm not gonna lie, even technology as well. Feel me? I actually had the list on my phone, but
Oh yeah,
I
we
can't
definitely don't
find
get
it.
enough.
Can't find it.
Latimer, he built an integral part of the light bulb. A lot of people give him a lot more credit for creating the light bulb, over Thomas Edison. Jacob Latimer. Latimer. That was his name.
every invention made was made by a black person, but a white person took credit for it. Yeah, that shit, man.
was, like
Yeah.
what's it called? Frederick Jones, like he invented air conditioning. So
Oh,
summertime, yeah, when we all hot, feel me, just know put the AC on. You got the
damn,
black man.
there's a lot. Of course, peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
I love my
Actually,
Reese's Puffs. Feel me? What you
I
talking
actually
about?
did like a project on that when I was like in third grade. Feel me?
There's a
What
few.
was his name?
George Washington Carver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
George Washington Carver, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of black inventions that don't get that credit.
At all, bro.
I think like even like the modern
Oh,
day
traffic
security
light
system,
too. Traffic light too.
Traffic light.
Black man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know, modern day security system was made by a black woman as well.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that
like-
too.
Like Black history honestly has so many gems behind it.
It does,
like,
and that's
it's
what
amazing.
know about the history.
because we intelligent beyond belief.
Elevator doors, microphone.
We've invented everything, bro. Everything on this earth we invented, bro.
Nah, so imagine we had no elevators though, son. Walking
Yeah, I've
20
been
flights of
tragic.
stairs.
Tough, but
Especially if you're handicapped.
Oh yeah, son.
Word.
It's tough.
OD. So, anything else you want to add on? We end up.
To all my people watching this video, feel me like just look around you. If you on social media, feel like I suggest like following like a lot of positive black pages for me, like Black Wall Street, Black Main Street, Black Business Goals, like just like put black positive figures on your page. Be a black positive figure. We got motivate, like we got motivation, like it's available to us. Feel me? It's not like just handed to us, but like it's available for us to look at. Feel me? And then try to be, the one that's gonna motivate others as yourself. Be the reason why somebody wants to keep on going. Feel me? Do your research on the homeland. It's I think it was in a movie. It was like a movie documentary film called Hidden Colors. Feel me? I suggest watching that heavily too. That one is extremely informative. Feel me? Like it really goes deep into our roots. Like it really lets us know like the whole term that we're kings and queens. Like it's not just a term. In black blood, feel me? That's royalty. And stay black. Just stay black.
Anything you want to say?
Definitely the struggles of a black man are very evident throughout the globe, not just in the US, around the world. But I would like to say that today we have opportunities to become successful that our grandparents and great grandparents did not have. So we should definitely take advantage of that.
And to all my black queens and kings, just remember, y'all beautiful. Love y'all skin, no matter what nobody tells y'all. No matter what nobody try to put y'all down. Remember, it's 3 Ks, 2 A's in America.
I need a lady who gon' treat me right. Cute face, thin waist, and the booty right. Lady in the streets, but she fuck me like a groupie might. Type to dress up in designer just for movie night. I've been ducking fans, you would think